Following our discussion of monoculture, we can examine at least two things. One, the way monoculture does not allow for an intersectional framework or an understanding of civil rights issues as interconnected. How can it when it doesn't even recognize other cultures or overlapping identities? And two, how monoculture requires violent methods of removal. Mono means one, a singular entity. In regards to everything we've thought about so far, it's clear that globalization and capitalism require cohesiveness. They require a rigorous set of rules and surveillance to maintain this mass movement of people. In an interview between editors Jordan T. Camp and Christina Hellerton of Policing the Planet, with Dr. Aaron Kundmany about total policing and surveillance, Kundmany concludes the struggle against surveillance cannot avoid confronting capitalism itself. The trio discussed increased spending on policing and military technologies. They discussed how a police focus on the community can lead to a surveillance gaze, which consists of grouping people based on traits, which leads to prejudice. Yet, we don't see this happening with just the police. Prejudices occur within the medical field and grouping or removing people based on disability or physical characteristics. It happens in the academic field and grouping or removing people based on how they perform on tests. Policing is just one of the many methods of removal used against marginalized populations, especially those deemed undesirable. In Skin, Tooth, and Bone, Sins Invalid raises the point that over 50% of people killed by police are disabled. Police brutality has been a growing concern worldwide. It's time to make connections between capitalist interests and law enforcement to maintain those interests. Globalism disregards biodiversity, neurodivergent, marginal spaces and experiences, cultural differences, and disability. Policing methods implemented globally with these same disregards highlight why these methods have been traditionally problematic. This goes for any other agent of removal operating with these disregards as well. Agents of removal work through monoculture on behalf of capitalism to homogenize human populations and the spaces they occupy. That's why making these spaces accessible has become a civil rights issue today. Other agents of removal include war and genocide, deforestation, discriminatory laws, lack of media representation, and inaccessibility. Ableism leads to removal. It operates through colonization and the establishment of working classes for neurotypical abled bodies. It operates through cultural and social norms that not all body minds can adhere to. It operates by subjecting marginalized bodies of the global majority to systemic violence and oppression, while leaving their existences wholly misunderstood and underrepresented thanks to the demands of imperialism.